This RSBANDB update nibble originally aired on RSBANDB update 731, the double XP weekend out of time. Enjoy. So, the usual 3-day affair on this. Non-members get a 20% XP boost. So this does confirm the 3 double XP weekends a year.
It does.
February,
Yes.
summer, and October.
Yep. It does.
Or maybe even September in this case.
Yes, last year. I think it was September.
And
right before the fire.
Right, and it was for May as well. So, I don't know. Or do you think we're just reading too much into this? Do you think it will be 3 again this year? Or do you think this is it?
Oh, yeah. No, I think it'll be 3 for sure. As soon as I saw the update, I was like, cue the there's too much XP debate. I'm like, here it comes. And I was fully waiting for it.
Well, I think there is.
I think that it's fine. I think it's fine.
Okay.
Because, for several reasons, but look, what's the grindiest game you can possibly think of, right? I mean,
RuneCrafting
RuneScape.
prior to Soul Runes, or
right. But what's
RuneScape.
one of the biggest complaints about all these free to play games? Well, you go grind forever. So obviously, people's not into that same kind of grind that they were in 2006, right? That's not where people are anymore. That's not where gamers are anymore. That's not it's just not the same. And I've always been one to say that your accomplishment, what you do, in no way takes away from anything that I've done.
That makes sense.
How I've done it.
Yeah.
And
you see, that's why we, for the longest time, ran the skill of the month as we did, is because it's part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just where the XP comes in. The reasons we changed skill of the month wasn't because of XP. It was just because, at this point, like you said, it's the grind. We need to compress that down a bit.
Yes.
So,
yeah, I mean, that's just things have
changed.
Things change. It's okay for things to change sometimes.
My concern, though, with the double XP weekends is that we're pushing people more and more towards max, right? With this. Because you're going to max eventually after, if you play the game for 2 to 3 years, double XP weekends, and you try, you are going to max.
Well, yeah, I mean, but that to me isn't even the biggest problem. And I know you've explained this several times, and I still get mixed up about it. But I really think you got to find there has to be a solution to the 200 mil cap. I'm fine with bringing in XP like this, but there has to be some solution.
Yeah, there has to be.
We're going to run into a wall.
It's prestige.
You know what I'm saying?
Or siphoning XP away from the pet. I mean, Jagex does have the technology to remove XP from people. And, you get 200 mil in a skill. That might have to be the barrier it's at. 200 mil. Siphon back to 0. You can get some kind of pet, and every time you do that, maybe up to 10 times, which, heaven forbid, I don't think anyone else would get 2 billion XP in a skill. Do you?
Oh, somebody probably would, but not me. I'm sure somebody probably would.
And what you do to do prestige in the 2019, someone hits 200 mil, you siphon them back to 0. They get a pet, and every time you do that, the pet's appearance changes to become more and more royal or more and more adorned with something. And, people are going to say the high scores need to be changed, but what you do is you have a 200 mil high scores, who gets their first 200 mil in each skill. And there is one kind of high score table. So if you're number 578, which is probably, way lower than there actually is today in all the skills. So let's just say you're 5,578 to get 200 mil in one skill. That gets noted down on the 200 mil high score. and then there's another high score that floats and just has the active XPs of everyone in game. That would be the simplest way to allay people's concerns with this, and then you can copy over everybody else who has 200 mil in the various skills right now, and if you have 200 mil right now and you're number 33 to get that, you would be number 33 on this high score for all eternity. And then it actually allows for movement amongst the actual high scores. So I think that would be a good solution to do. That would be one thing that this game needs, because we just had the CompCape rework, which is one end game that Jagex is trying to push. But on the other hand, for people who don't want the CompCape end game, they have nothing. Whereas I think Prestige would be a good way of doing it.